Hey everybody, welcome to Now It's Dark. Happy Festivus. Just watched a crazy movie called A Creature Was Stirring. This is a 2023 film that just came out, actually. It's an hour and 40 minutes, and it is about a nurse taking care of her daughter's mysterious affliction, struggling to hide her secrets when uninvited strangers take shelter in her house during a lethal blizzard. Um, Directed by Damien Levesque and written by Shannon Wells. This stars quite an interesting cast, actually. Annalise Basso plays Charm. She's the young girl, and she was the young version of the main character in Oculus. Now, I know a lot of you may not have seen Oculus, but that's a decent movie. So she plays Charm in this, and she does a really fantastic job. Scout Taylor Compton plays Liz, and I won't tell you too much about her character, but she does an excellent job, as she always does. This is, of course, spoiler free. Liz has a brother slash partner, Corey, played by Connor Paola, Paolo, and Chrissy Metz plays Faith. And Chrissy Metz is instantly recognizable because she was in This Is Us. I think that was the name of the TV series. I know a very popular TV series. One of those gut-wrenching, heartstring tugging type shows that I hate and never watched. But I was very happy to see her in this because it gave me an opportunity to see some of her acting chops, so to speak. And George Schichle plays the creature in this movie. So this is a creature feature, but it's also a lot more. So this is set during Christmas, and the title, A Creature Was Stirring, implies kind of maybe there's a Christmas tone to this movie. Um, I will spoil that this is not, excuse me, not a very Christmas movie. There are tons of decorations. It's during the winter, it's Christmas season, and there is at a few times some Christmas music playing. But I would not say overall that this is a Christmas horror movie, if that makes sense. Because when you think Christmas horror, you think more Santa related or people deranged mall Santas or elves or Krampus or something of that sort. None of that applies into this, despite there being a creature. Who, by the way, the creature is practical effect creature and done very neat. It's got some unique things to it. It kind of initially reminded me of the scale of Pumpkinhead from like those movies where it was like practical costume design and puppetry and whatever else. Um, so I took a lot of notes, which sometimes is bad, but in this case, it's good because this movie, there's a lot to unpack here. I hope that this movie picks up, gets some buzz. You can find it on a bunch of different streaming services for not too much. Um, but there's a lot going on in this movie, and I think if people don't like stick through, um, and I'm going to give advice on how to view this movie, because it does at sometimes seem like it's a little all over the place, but it's really kind of not, which is a contradiction, I know. So uh, it's going to be difficult to stay spoiler free because a lot of it has to do with the dynamic of Charm, who has this affliction, and Faith is like a nurse or something. She's also a recovered addict, like heroin or something, drug related. Um, and so it's the struggle of kind of dealing with Charm's um, affliction. And, there's at one point in the movie, there's a transformation scene which is really well done as well. Practical effect, not CGI. Kind of in the vein of like maybe a werewolf transformation kind of a thing. So this creature, um, is transformed from a human at one point. So yeah, this it's kind of like a home invasion vibe at first, but then it is a kind of a it takes again I'm saying it is going to put people off because there seems to be like these plot holes or inconsistencies in the story because we have the Liz and Corey characters, we have kind of home invasion, or are they just seeking refuge because of the storm? But then, like there's like that suspense of the home invasion and Faith protecting the house and her daughter, but then everybody kind of has like a dinner together. um, Charm is an artist as well, so she's drawing a lot of dark type pictures of the creature. And then there's also, at first I was like, oh, that's so cool. There was like this Green Lantern comic book thing. And the writer must really be into Green Lantern because they weaved some Green Lantern stuff into this quite a few times, like enough that I was like, I need to wear my Green Lantern shirt because there's so much Green Lantern in this. Um, and at the dinner table, there's conversation about religion that morphs into like this conversation about the Green Lanterns. And, it was really, at first I was like, what is going on? But if you're listening, it kind of makes a lot of sense what they're saying. And um, I just really can't give too many details because it really changes how you look at this movie. Like, so with Faith, knowing that Faith, I'm spoiling that she's a recovered addict. Um, so the movie is kind of seen through the lens of Faith, the mom, and what lengths she'll go to protect Charm or the secrets of her past. And then things kind of escalate. We have the home invaders knowing there's something going on, and Faith trying to keep them from interacting with Charm, but then she allows Charm to go to the dinner with them, at the family dinner. Uh, so it gets really, really bizarre. And toward, that third act gets really bizarre. And I think that's when people may have in their head, like the shut off, just turn it off. I can't deal with so many things in this story, like who's who, what's going on. But trust me to stick through, and maybe you'll get the same what the F moment where you kind of are just like, what the is going on, but in a good way. And I'm glad that I stuck through it. The movie isn't agonizing to the point where you want to just turn it off or walk away. But I think that the movie kind of invokes, like, probably going to invoke some frustration with viewers if you're not like able to just kind of let yourself experience what's going on, experience the movie, and not nitpick on, well, that doesn't make sense. Why would they do that? Or why is this person saying that? Or what's the reason for this imagery that's going on? Because there is like a lot of weird lighting situations going on. The house in general is very dark. There's a lot of light flashings and things going on, and then at the end, it's um, like the next day, and it's very bright, and you got to stick through to that end so you can get that what the F moment, because it's kind of cool when a movie messes with your head like that, for me anyways. Like, I like weird movies anyways, and I doing movie reviews and things, you kind of like become conditioned to stick it out and hope for the best. And with this one, it's really one of those movies. And I think if you remember that Faith is a recovered addict, by the time you get to the end of this movie, the whole tone changes a little bit. And it's just very bizarre. Very, very weird movie, very bizarre. Um, with, like I said, the huge WTF. But this is one of those movies that doesn't necessarily need to be viewed during December because it's not really Christmas horror, even though it's set during Christmas, if that makes sense. But that's going to do it. Let me know if you've checked this out or if you're going to check this out. I would love to see some comments. Spoiler free, please, in the comment section. Let's not ruin it for people because there is that big twist, surprise, what the F ending that it's really good to get once in a while. That's going to do it. Thanks for tuning in to Now It's Dark during Festivus. It's almost over. Just a few more days left until the 23rd of December.
Row 18, plot 20.